All right, this is Tunnel Hill. Obviously, we're heading in from the opposite direction. We've already walked through there, and then we're walking back. I believe this is like 1,500 feet long. This is the this is a site of one of the battles. Apparently, they're saying that this was the beginning of the Atlanta campaign. It took a very long time to tunnel all this out, and an amazing amount of work for early 19th century people to do. These limestones were brought from nearby, quarried and brought from nearby to shore up the sides. The top is brick. Probably can't see any of this stuff in the camera. My main motivation for this video was for me and for anyone who ever wanted to walk all the way through Tunnel Hill and have a chance to do so. The town of Tunnel Hill was incorporated in 1848 and sprang up around the efforts here. Apparently they couldn't build a switchback, or for whatever reason they felt like they had to tunnel through here. The mountain itself isn't that big, but it's a very famous mountain, very famous tunnel. And where I'm walking would have been railroad, obviously. We're not far from, well, we're near Dalton. We're about 8 miles from Dalton. Resaca, I believe, is a little south of that. Sherman had a headquarters near here. But their first act in moving towards Atlanta was to secure their supply line. And one of the ways they did that was the supply line to Chattanooga. By then, they'd broken the Confederate siege. Confederates were on the run, retreating down to Atlanta and digging in at Atlanta, in Atlanta, around Atlanta, and fighting them tooth and nail every way, every stop that they could. Sherman continued to outflank. The lines were drawn further and further, thinned out, which was the whole point of the flanking movements. This is really cool how they did this. There's some brick on the side. There's some brick on the side here. And I don't know if this comes through or not. It might. I got some pictures of it. Every so often there's these doorways. They don't lead to anything. My guess is that they were for whomever tended these tracks through here to duck into when the train came. Because the train would have been taking up most of the space. So. Would have been a safety point. And I'm sure there would have been torches lighting the way all through here. Part of this toward the middle is pitch black. And apparently there were 2 tunnels dug during this time, or maybe one was dug later, but there's one right next door to this one. And it appears to be contiguous. It looks like it's the exact same design, only tracks go through it and real, trains go through it. Here we are at the light of the end of the tunnel. And we managed to do this front and back, forward and backward, without any golf carts intervening. Apparently, one of the ways you come through here is you take a tour with these people who drive these little golf carts. I had envisioned something much bigger, but it's not a tram, it's just a regular old golf cart you see on the golf course, or Disney or wherever. And I'm not much of a golf cart tour kind of guy, so I wanted to walk it by myself. Feel my own feelings, think my own thoughts. Without any intervention from anyone else. Which, of course, is greatly appreciated nonetheless. Little waterfalls are everywhere now because it rained for almost 2 days straight. The day before yesterday. And incredible. Okay, so Georgia Heritage Project. The sign, I'll try to zoom on it. Can't read it, probably have to look it up and see what it says right behind it. And directly opposite over here is another one. You can see this fence. On the other side of that fence is a is that water running uphill? That's not possible. Is it? The water's running uphill. I think I'm not going crazy. Interesting. This is literally, took a marble to roll the other way. But this water's going this way. Right there, I guess. Well, so all this limestone would have been, was not milled, quarried, and brought here. And this was early to mid 19th century. Backbreaking labor. I think it's so cool at home, the water doesn't run off, it just soaks into the aquifer and you don't really get to see the effect as much because the soil and the rocks are so porous, but here so I guess this other one, looking back at it now, this other tunnel was created after, was built after, I don't know how many years after, but it looks like it's separate. When I look back at it a second ago, like there definitely is a separation there. Western Atlantic Railroad. Here's some rocks, limestone. Here's what they said the rocks were, granite maybe, I guess. But these are part of the building here and show some of the drilling, chiseling, and explosions. And this tells how they were, these blocks are some of the limestone blocks. Oh, it is limestone, okay. Surface rock, etc. So they sledded them by ox. Once they got them up onto that sled, over to here. Okay, and there is the other tunnel. It looks very similar though, but you can see now that I look back at it, there's a break in between them, so it must have been later. I can't see anything in this viewfinder. Okay, there. That might be, that's it. Okay. And there's still trains going in and out of that. Interesting, very interesting. Side note, there's a little stream of saturated water that's coming out of just the middle of this ground. There doesn't appear to be any kind of surface water, it's just coming up out of the ground. It's very cool. And this water is coming obviously from all this, and has many times before. Water seeps from water. Alright, so over there is Sherman's headquarters. We're going to go take a look at that.